Many trainers have dreamed of being magically transported into the world of Pokemon and raising a powerful team of their own. But not all of us are born to be champions, and real life doesn't lend itself very well to having child prodigies serve as the primary force keeping evil in check. So let us take a step back and see which Pokemon would make the best partners for real life situations. To start things off, here's a Pokemon that belongs near the bottom of the list. Snorlax is a fan favorite and an absolute powerhouse in most games. Plenty of trainers yearn to have a cuddly, sleepy beast of their own, but whisking it away from the ones and zeros into the real world leads to an immediate problem: food. Snorlax eats a lot, so only the richest of gentlemen would be able to afford the upkeep here. Not only are you going to need plenty of space to get it out of the ball, but you're also looking at serious dents in the surroundings whenever it decides to roll over. If you want a sleepy Pokemon, there is no better option than Abra. Not only is it much easier to care for, but the ability to teleport is the kind of real-world, non-battle application most Pokemon can only dream of having. Say goodbye to your commute by teleporting anywhere and everywhere you need to go. And unlike most Pokemon, Abra is known to maintain awareness, even while asleep, meaning you're still able to get your quality time while it catches up on quality sleep. Perhaps Meowth could cut out the need for a job entirely. After all, it is able to spawn money. However, I think this only works if you are the only person in the world to get a Pokemon. If Meowth is common, I suspect anything it is able to materialize would be essentially worthless, as everybody would be able to do it. The economy simply doesn't work if house cats generate gold. But where there are cats, dogs will follow. Growlithe has warm fur and the ability to generate heat, making it a great pet for anyone living in a cold climate. Evolving into Arcanine provides the size and speed required to offer transportation, giving up some of the convenience of Abra's teleport in exchange for a much more enjoyable ride. The downside, however, to owning a very large, very fluffy dog is the hair that you are finding everywhere. And I'm not sure a regular doggy bag is going to be good enough here. The next Pokemon I noticed was Machoke, which had already established itself in the game world as a useful Pokemon for movers, construction workers, and the like. However, personally, anything too humanoid feels weird to claim ownership of, so I'm going to be avoiding these as we go. Heading back over to the things that make good pets. Slowpoke is a solid companion for anyone near the water. They are sleepy, lazy, and probably easily entertained anywhere you can find a pond for fishing. Just make sure there are not any local shelter. And while I don't agree with Team Rocket cutting off their tails prematurely, apparently they are valuable, and Slowpoke do shed them naturally. Much more realistic than Meowth's method. Abra and Slowpoke are both great at sleeping, but what if you are trying to join them? If you are the type to lie in bed at 3 a.m., remembering that one thing you did in high school, you're going to need a Drowsy. Not only is it able to put you to sleep, but as a taper, it'll even eat the bad dreams, leaving you to rest up properly. But while all these Pokemon are useful and relatively easy to care for, they are still organic. Magnemite seems to feed off electricity, meaning it generates no waste and requires no special food. And while it may not offer the utility of Abra's teleport, or be quite as fun to laze around with as Slowpoke, Magnemite's electric typing offers a ton of utility in the real world. Magnemite can jumpstart your car, bypass electronic locks if you forget your keys, and it should also work as a magnet for carrying small objects. As we begin to investigate inorganic Pokemon, there's one that stands out above all the rest. You've seen it already in the thumbnail, so let me tell you why Porygon is man's best friend. First, as a being comprised of literal data, it does not need food or water to survive. Second, Porygon is able to enter your software. Something like Rotom might be able to possess the items and keep them charged or offer basic assistance. But Porygon is digitization in its purest form. It is able to find and organize your files. It can download and process data, speeding up your device. It can run calculations and serve as the ultimate AI assistant. Porygon is usually relatively rare in the games, but if it were real, I think it would be a near universally distributed Pokemon. Again, it is code. I think you'd be able to go online and buy yourself a factory fresh Porygon. Porygon would be a perfect present for younger children before they're able to care for quote-unquote real Pokemon. And, by the way, it even learns the Teleport TM, giving it the utility of Abra on top of everything unique it already does. With Porygon being the clear and obvious answer to the perfect partner, let's explore niches Porygon can't fill and find some other team members. Plenty of Pokemon have a relation to food, such as Chansey's eggs or Scovillain's entire design. A Pokemon like Slurpuff or Alchemy may know the secret sauce to improve your desserts, but I am not sure I want anything Poltegeist is serving. Out of these, though, I think Tropius is the best fit. It naturally produces fruit and features harvest to speed up the production in sunny areas. It's a grass type, allowing it to photosynthesize, and it is big enough to carry you while flying through the air. Like we have said, teleportation may be more convenient, but there are definitely advantages to flying. If Tropius is too large, though, Shuckle might be the next best bet. It is able to turn berries into berry juice, and if you are familiar with grapes, business is booming. Farmers would likely herd Shuckle, alongside staples like Miltank, Combee, and Mareep. And speaking of Mareep, it isn't only good for wool. It's also a solid partner for security guards, archaeologists, and general explorers. The light from the tail can light up your job site, while the small size lets it work better in cramped spaces like tunnels than an Ampharos. And the true explorers of the world may want to prevent a nose pass, is what I've heard some people say, but I don't think it's true. Nose pass is sensitive to the Earth's magnetism and always faces north, but a simple compass is much less maintenance than caring for an entire living creature. Nose pass's evolved form, however, offers a function we've been overlooking so far: protection. With sturdy defenses and control over several mini-centuries, Probopass is one of a few Pokemon I believe would make great guards. Nobody is sneaking around with these on the prowl. Claydol offers 360-degree vision, and Golurk is a hulking giant, capable of entering turbo mode if you need to give chase after a criminal. Porygon and Rotom fit in naturally with the technology surrounding our daily lives. Arcanine and Cyclizar offer speedy transportation, while a ton of Pokemon can help out with food. Keep yourself safe with a powerful guard, and get the most out of your exploration with a source of natural light. Wind down at the end of the day with a good pet like Slowpoke, and you're in for a good time. What do you think? Are there any Pokemon I left out? If you could only have a single partner, who would it be? Let me know in the comments. And thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. If you liked it, consider checking something else from my Pokemon playlist, or follow the algorithm suggestion on the bottom. I will see you next time.